Fox News's Chris Wallace Christopher Chris Wallace Pete Buttigieg to appear in Fox News Town Hall. Pompeo defends Soleimani strike as critics question intel. Timing Senate Democrat, we learned the hard way in the Iraq War that administrations can manipulate intel. More on Sunday. Grilled White House National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien on President Trump. Donald John Trump. U.S. troops knew about attack on al-Asad airbase, were able to take shelter. Report Democrats expand ground game to woo Latinos in Nevada. Trump tweets message of support to Iranian protesters, your courage is inspiring. Moore's claim that the U.S. killed Iranian General Qassem Soleimani to avert an imminent attack on 4 U.S. embassies, which lawmakers say was never mentioned in a briefing by representatives of the Trump administration.
It does seem to be a contradiction. He's telling Laura Ann Ingraham 5 lingering questions as impeachment heads to Senate. Amish accuses Trump of selling military support to Saudi Arabia. Trump indicates he'd block Bolton's testimony for the sake of the office. More about imminent attacks, but in a 75-minute classified briefing, your top national security people never mentioned this to members of Congress. Why not? Wallace asked O'Brien on Fox News Sunday.
I wasn't at the briefing, and I don't know how the Q&A went back and forth. Sometimes it depends on the questions that were asked or how they were phrased. O'Brien said.
It's always difficult, even with the exquisite intelligence that we have, to know exactly what the targets are, but it's certainly consistent with the intelligence to assume that they would have hit embassies in at least 4 countries, he added.
Wallace also asked O'Brien if Iranian actions in recent months had raised any doubts about the effectiveness of the administration's maximum pressure campaign against Tehran.
I think the maximum pressure campaign is working. It's demonstrable that it's working. The Iranian economy has contracted by at least 10%. We haven't seen that with a modern economy in many, many years, O'Brien responded.
Iran is being choked off. Iran is going to have no choice but to come to the table, he added.
Wallace also questioned O'Brien on Trump's claims that Congress's Gang of 8 was not briefed before the killing of Soleimani because House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Bennett Schiff. Sunday shows preview, lawmakers mull Trump's war power, next steps with Iran. Pelosi set to send impeachment articles to the Senate next week. Trump signals White House would try to restrict Bolton testimony more. D. Califf would have leaked it to the media, asking him if there had ever been a case of congressional Democrats leaking sensitive national security information to the press.
O'Brien declined to give any such examples, instead citing former President Obama's lack of briefing ahead of the killings of Osama bin Laden and al-Qaeda-affiliated cleric Anwar al-Awlaki.